What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Zookeepers podcast.
Okay.
I'm Davis.
I'm White.
I'm Shade.
I'm Ash.
And I'm T. And we're taming life
One conversation at a time.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Y'all ready for the night?
Yeah.
Are y'all ready for this?
Y'all ready to play red light, green light?
Oh.
I'm not gonna lie, that was my favorite game as a jet.
I hated it.
I don't know if it's gonna be your favorite tonight.
I hated it.
Red
Just
light,
saying.
green light.
Red light, green light.
Red lights.
Scared already.
green
Y'all ready?
Lights.
No.
All right. So what's some of y'all red flags and green flags?
Dang, she
When it come to what?
Yeah,
Right out the
yeah.
gate.
We
When
can
it come
do
to
it.
what, Tierney?
I don't care. Nope.
No, how
Yeah.
we doing?
Well, I'm
No.
fine.
No,
Thank you.
we good. We had the day off.
Golly.
That is
We-
very true.
We had the day off. Everybody good?
That is very true.
I did not have the day off.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right, fine. How was your day, Kay?
My day was good, man. Productive. I'm ready to get this conversation started.
Obviously, you wasn't, because I said.
It's polite to say. It's polite to ask me how I'm doing before you take me out first, okay?
I mean, some people don't, you know. Okay.
That's very
good.
true.
Y'all ready to play now?
Yes, we're ready to play.
Let's
go.
Nope, everybody's good up here.
Everybody good? All right.
My mental doesn't matter here. My mental doesn't matter.
Well rested. Well rested.
My bad. But yeah, so who want to start?
What context are we talking about?
Yeah.
Are we talking about friendships or are we talking about
Anything.
relationships?
And we could talk about whatever. We could do friendships and relationships. I mean, it's more geared towards relationships.
Yeah.
But of course, a lot of times friendships get, intertwined. So we'll start with relationships first.
Thank you.
And see where it
Red
goes.
flags for relationships. For me, people with kids.
Shit.
Offended.
I'm sorry.
I mean, but wait, okay, but why? Because why?
I don't trust the dynamic.
What, like the baby mama, baby daddy dynamic?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And as a millennial, that don't fly.
Oh.
So I do not talk to or entertain people who have children. Like, let me get to kids. I love kids. Don't get me wrong. I love kids. I have nephews and little cousins that I absolutely love. But as far as it's a no
Okay,
for
but
me.
what if that dynamic of that or that headspace is not a factor?
This is still a no for me.
I'm trusting it one bit.
No,
Not one bit.
No.
What if the
Doesn't
parent
even
ain't
matter
even
the
around
age
like
of the kids?
that? Nothing.
no. Well,
What if this is a
That does
deceased
play-
parent?
Right. You just gonna say no altogether?
that's just my preference. I don't feel like that's
Okay. I mean,
But the kid age does matter too.
That shocked me.
but why would the
It
kid
shocked
age
me
matter if you ain't
Do I
if you just
give
gonna say
step-
no to the kids altogether?
I give
No, it
stepmama.
matters.
Do you give stepmama vibes?
Do I give that? I didn't think so either.
I didn't think it was
No,
a
you
vibe.
give auntie vibes.
That's because I'm an auntie.
Yeah.
I have a
When it come to that
nephew.
topic, yeah,
Absolutely.
you know, I get it. But
Okay,
for your
yeah.
own, ain't saying you
But-
wouldn't be for your own.
Romantically, no. It's a no for me.
Okay. Anybody
flag.
else?
Red flags.
But can we go back and talk about Taylor?
Give me talk about shades. Give me talk about
Oh my goodness.
I
ahead,
do
Ash.
have a question.
Go ahead.
We said even with a deceased parent, you wouldn't be present.
It's just a no for me.
So you don't.
So is it because of how
You want your own kids with you want that person kids to be your first and his first? Okay.
Okay.
His or yeah, I got you.
Okay.
Gotcha. Okay, that part makes sense.
Okay. Because that was
Okay,
like,
that
what,
makes-
you just
You
don't
want to
like the
start your
kids?
own family basically biologically.
Yes.
Essentially,
Okay.
Got you.
Okay.
And it kind of
Thanks for clearing that up.
I
'cause
mean,
what?
I didn't want to pull up no clips from last episode. We was talking about step siblings, but that's just my preference.
Okay.
Cool.
I don't want everybody to come chewing down my throat. though. White was ready to
I mean,
No, 'cause I know people who have kids and don't want to date somebody else with.
And that's what I was about to say. I mean,
I think that's so wrong.
I agree with
That's
Shade
weird.
in that sense. I don't know. I think if, let's say, God forbid, something happens to whatever, my husband, my marriage, I don't think I want a man with kids already.
Is that because you already have kids?
I already
We
have
speaking on
kids.
if you okay, what if you didn't? You know what I'm
And then
saying?
it's
And they had
it's a
kids.
no for me. I
Okay.
don't. It's not that I can't trust the situation. It's that I feel it will always be some sort of miscommunication.
Mm.
I like clarity.
Yeah.
I'm also one that will jump to conclusions about certain things. So I
Look
don't
at you,
feel like
friend,
I would
being
be
honest.
comfortable with the baby mama.
Okay.
David said, "Look at you being honest."
I don't think so.
Let
But
me be honest.
if the kid is older, if they're grown, then I'm all for it because I feel like they're not a factor.
Right.
Then the parent don't have to be.
They don't have to communicate. Like,
Right,
why are y'all
right.
communicating? But because the baby is young, because they have to be some sort of communication. I could just see baby mamas just being petty, sending a picture of the baby with them in the damn thong. With them. Come on now. Oh, the baby need. Can you bring me
I'm
some
with you.
money?
I'm with you when
and
you're
then
right.
she out there
I'm with you when you're
naked at
right.
the door.
I'm with
I
you
think
when
it's,
you're
I
right.
think it's if it was a red flag for me, it'll only be because of the ages. Like if it was a baby, like maybe anything younger than like 9, 10, then I probably like okay, they might still be a little history. But anything older than that, any kids older than that, I wouldn't trip because then by then you'll know if they going back and forth.
Yep.
If there
Right.
are any dealings.
Yeah.
That's valid.
Yeah.
That's valid.
Cool.
I'm glad we cleared the air on that.
Because they think it Taylor like, what you mean? You don't like the kids?
All the mamas got offended.
Listen, at least
All the
I
mamas
had.
mad.
I'm sitting between two people who agree, so I'm fine.
I mean, that's what threw me off because I was like, I thought you liked it.
Love them. Love them.
Yeah, it made sense though.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you
Yeah.
explained it, then it made
Once,
sense.
yeah,
Like, oh,
once you
okay.
cleared it up, makes sense.
Me, dang.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Red flags for me.
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, Kay.
Yeah, because I got a list. We can keep rolling.
We're
them
gonna
out.
keep rolling.
No, go ahead, Kay.
I don't think it's like a personal. I think if you're not equally yoked with a person, to me that'll be a red flag.
What does that mean?
Yeah. What does that mean?
Like I seen something on TikTok. Girl was talking about. She was like, if you know that you dealing with somebody that's romantic and you're not romantic, why would you want to go talk to that person that's romantic? So if the person that is romantic notices that the person isn't, don't try to stay and think, oh, they're gonna change when they're gonna change. When in the beginning you knew they wasn't romantic. Now people do change, but I'm just speaking on just that example. I'm talking about more like characteristic traits and like all the other stuff. But if you can see like this person just not who
We don't align.
right, exactly.
But that's like playing red light, green light, because you ignoring the red flag.
Yeah.
You want that green.
Now your ass is
You want
out.
that green to pop up, like eventually. Eventually.
I think upbringing comes up with being equally your upbringing, finances.
So essentially, like values.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's-
But I
exactly.
have a
Yeah.
question
Valid.
about that. Like, they say opposites attract. Like, why would you want to date someone? Why would you want to date you?
More
in a
like
sense?
morals, like
They
But before
definitely
that,
are.
you
Not
said
like-
romantic. Like, if you're romantic and they're not romantic,
Yeah.
then why would you date them? Why would you want to date yourself then? Like, you're supposed to
that's
compliment
not
each other.
necessar-
You're not complimenting each other if you
that's
like
a
the
love
same
language
thing.
though. That's what I'm saying, like a love language. You get what I'm saying? So to me, like acts of service is a form of like romance in a sense.
So you want somebody that has the same acts of the same
Love
love
languages.
language.
Pretty
but
much, kinda.
Why can't I show you your love language and still hold true to my own?
You can, but
No, I'm
a
saying for
person that
you.
can't is a red flag, basically to me. And being equally yoked is important. Like I said, people do change depending on the situation. If they really love you, they'll change. Go ahead, White.
But I don't think you realize that until you're already in the relationship.
And some
I just use
So
romance
I'm-
as an example.
Right,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I'm going back to the example of acts of service.
Right.
Right? Because that's a valid point that White brought up. My love language doesn't have to be acts of service to
Give acts of service.
give you acts of service.
Right.
That's
But you won't know that until we're in a relationship.
Right.
So you might end up with someone where they don't learn your love language, and now I get it. That's a red flag, and we're going to maybe leave this right where it's at.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about initial red flags, I don't think that would be an initial red flag because you wouldn't know
Right.
that that person is not willing to learn your love language. If
Right,
that
right,
makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's fair.
Yeah, it makes
that's
sense.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Because I got
What,
another
David,
one.
you ain't said nothing.
I mean, I'm still in shock with Shade.
Well, you don't want to hear what else on the list.
I know all hear.
I do. I want to hear what else on that list.
Okay.
Red flag.
Cause you started
A
with the term.
I got
red
one.
flag for me,
What's
a
she?
person who doesn't
Oh, she can't swing it this
express
week.
chivalry.
Got you.
A person that, I'm sorry, say
A person that doesn't show or express
Chivalry.
Chivalry.
Okay, I can get down with
Don't
that one,
open
for sure.
doors.
Give me
Don't-
details.
Come on now. Don't open doors. When you have, okay, it kind of depends on your parents too. Because some parents don't care. I have very traditional parents. My parents have been together since they was 13 years old, right? So as far as, hey, we going out on a date, come to the door, come in, speak to everybody until I'm ready to meet you at the door, and then we could go. When we get outside, open my door. When we get to the restaurant, open my door. I don't expect people to pay for the tab every time because, you know, I be tricking a little bit. But
Does that apply to same-sex relationships?
Exactly. Because I want to know about that.
I do because we saying don't show chivalry, but
It's
as a woman, if I'm dating a woman, I'm not expecting
To open nobody's
to
door.
open another woman's door in that way because
what does it depend?
Don't look at this. Don't look at the
are we
sex.
no, are we talking about because chivalry sometimes we make it be just a man thing.
Right.
So that's where I'm getting at.
Gotcha.
So are there those gender roles in that?
I don't really think it's an actual gender role. I just feel like it kind of depends on what same sex as far as the role you want to play or what you're used to.
Okay.
So I wouldn't come into a relationship just automatically thinking that, oh, I gotta open somebody's door, or I gotta do this, I gotta do that. That's just in me. So if I decide to do that, that's just how I am.
Okay.
The woman might not even, it might
Expect you
never
to do
bother
that.
or
Yeah.
expect it, but
Right.
because of who I am, or because of what I want out of this relationship, then that's what you're gonna get.
Or she might do it for you.
Or,
Well, I only asked that because of the word that was used, chivalry, and we know that that's typically
Man and woman.
man.
Man and woman.
Yeah.
Anybody else? I got another one.
Okay,
I got one.
Shay, you're gonna have to give us a moment now. Shay.
When you
we said
have
red
to
flags.
hide your relationship from your friends, I feel like that's a red flag.
Oh,
Now we diving into friendships.
oh.
Ooh, see, that's why I knew it would automatically it would trigger it down.
Because why you hiding the relationship?
Yeah.
And what can you expound on that, friend? Because
Okay.
I don't think
I
it's
understand when you are just dating someone and it's fresh,
Correct.
right? And you want to get to know that person before you bring them around
correct.
your friend group.
Right.
But then it comes to the point where we never meet this person that you're spending so much time with.
Right.
Or you ditch out on us, or it's certain parts of where you keep who you are with away from your friends. If you have to keep them away from your friends, then I feel like there's something about this relationship that doesn't sit right with you. And if it doesn't sit right with you, then why are you with them? And that's a red flag.
And if I'm the girlfriend in that situation, that's a red flag. That you're not presenting me to your friend.
Correct.
Right.
If you're the girlfriend,
If I'm the girlfriend, that's a problem. 'Cause
That should
why,
be a problem
Why
for
aren't
you.
you? We've been together for 10 years. Why haven't I met your friends?
Right.
Oh,
Is it right?
Yeah.
Is it right? So like,
You should have talked about that a while
so
ago.
like, is it like a for you when you say introducing all that stuff? Is it a time frame that you can
Yes.
quote unquote say, okay, cool, I understand, or is it like, no, if you know you're in a relationship, we need to know right away type?
no. Remember, I understand the honeymoon phase,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
You
okay.
want to spend all your time with this person.
Yeah, we got it.
Right.
Okay, but after like 6 weeks, 3 to 6 weeks. Because some people, if you believe in the traditional roles and all that stuff, you date for about 3-6 weeks. You date for a month.
Yeah.
You keep that fresh, you keep that new. So I feel like within them 30 days, you kind of know whether
Correct.
or not this is
We're moving
serious or
forward.
not. If this is a fling.
Why it's a
If-
different world out there now.
But
Them
then
3
what?
6 weeks, man.
I don't get that.
Married after that.
Now it's not. Yeah,
But is that in your community? Like,
I think it's in general with people.
because I don't
in
see
general.
it like that. Like I think that.
So what is it? What is regular for you?
As far as what
Carrie?
introducing.
Yeah, like the 6 weeks seems too quick. Is
Because
that
how
what
long
you're
does it
saying?
take you to say
I'm not
I
in a
love
relationship in
somebody?
6 weeks. That's what I'm saying. You saying like in a relation? I'm saying like people like in a relationship. What's the time? frame?
Dating? No,
3 to 6
y'all
weeks.
date.
Oh,
for 3 to
dating.
6 weeks.
Okay.
So dating,
And so after
getting
3
to
to
know
6
each
weeks,
other before we make it official. That's
So
what
that's
we're
talking.
saying.
That's what I'm saying. I'm
Dating.
confused.
Because you could be dating multiple
Technically, it's
people.
considered casual dating.
Yes.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Yeah.
Casual dating.
So if I'm talking to somebody,
You can tell we're
You
from
need
the same
to-
place.
my
I don't
friends-
need to know though because you're not in a
okay,
relationship.
cool. Okay, that's what I was asking.
Yeah,
That's what I was
no.
Right.
asking.
So that's what she's saying. After 3 to 6 weeks of y'all talking, casually dating,
No,
you should know.
talking or together. It's two different things.
Friend.
Casual dating and talking is
It's
the
the
same.
same
It's the same thing.
You don't enter into a relationship after that casual
the same
dating
thing.
or talking phase. That's what
Okay,
we're
let's
saying.
put those two words together.
Yes. Okay.
Slash in
Yes.
a relationship.
Yes.
No,
Okay.
no.
It's
We're
not in a relationship.
yet.
That's what I'm asking. I said, is it in a relationship you need to know for 3 to 6 weeks, or when I start
No.
talking to the person in 3 to 6 weeks? That's what I was asking.
But that's what she's.
That talking casual dating phase.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
That's what I was asking.
So after that casual dating phase, you should be in a relationship. You should know
Correct.
whether or
I
not
think that's where she
you
was
want to be in
lost
that
at.
relationship.
No, that you get what I'm saying, Taylor? No, I'm not.
I
I've talked to you
Y'all
for 3
gonna
to 6
casual date
weeks.
for 6 months.
No,
do y'all-
but I'm just saying, at least for me, after 3 to 6 weeks, I'm not necessarily saying that I'm in a relationship at the end of that time.
Right.
What are you saying?
Me
That we
neither.
still casually dating?
Yeah, we.
Casually
Yeah,
dating.
sounds like-
Because,
yes.
because for some people it take longer. What if I'm ready and they're not?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
I'm
you
not
said
dating no.
What's the time frame on it?
For you to know. For you to know. Like, if is it a talking stage?
I'm telling you right now,
3
if
to
I'm
6
talking to
weeks.
somebody I want my friends to know, y'all
sorry.
don't know in 2
good.
weeks. Y'all don't know.
But you know what I'm saying? You saying
girl said 2
talking, and I'm thinking, I'm speaking on relationships. So which part do you say that you want to know within 3 to 6
In
weeks?
a but see, I think
You-
that's the thing that's keep getting muddled.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
muddled because we're saying, because remember, if we think back to the conversation we had before about fresh relationships, when we said fresh relationships, we're thinking in terms of, and correct me if I'm wrong, White, we're thinking of terms of you just met this person, you guys are
Yes.
casually dating,
Yes.
right? So I'm not expecting you to share that information
Correct.
with me.
Right.
But once you get into a relationship
Right.
and you guys have spoken about, okay, we're entering an exclusive relationship, I should know. And I think what White is saying is, at 6 weeks of y'all casually dating,
Got you.
you
That's what I
should
was asking.
know whether or not you're going to pursue
that.
this relationship. And so you should be saying it to your friends and introducing this person to your friends.
Got you. Okay.
And that's where we're like, as the girlfriend, 6 weeks into us casually dating and we're pursuing something serious, it's a red flag that you're not introducing me to your friends.
Gotcha.
Okay.
gotcha.
Understood.
Thank you for explaining that.
I think it was the terminology. I was like, they didn't like it together. I got you.
Yeah.
So, not bringing your girlfriend around your friend group is a red flag.
Correct.
Okay.
And we said for both sides.
For both
Valid.
For the friendship side and for the person that you're in a relationship with.
That's
side.
valid. That's valid.
All right, so we
A
done
red flag for me.
Give us one more, because we done got deep into this thing now, y'all.
Oh, we
But
got
the whole
several.
topic
No,
is
the whole
red
topic is
flags.
red
It
flags.
is, but you know.
Oh, you're going to let us throw our red flags out
We
there
got
now.
to throw them out.
Come on
Throw
now.
them out there then. Throw them out there.
Davis
red
ain't put a
flag.
flag
Put 'em on the
plate.
ground.
They
Throw 'em on the
just, they just
ground.
ain't said nothing.
Throw 'em
Alright.
on the ground.
A red flag for me is not knowing where you live.
Oh.
Ooh.
Talk to me, son.
That's a red flag for me. Not knowing where you live. In our casually dating stage, I can see us keeping our residences private because I don't know you like that, right? But once we decide that we're entering into something serious, that we can see this, like once we start touching and feeling and sleeping with each other and stuff like that, like
For sure.
Now, when you get that deep into it, now you're in the relationship, you're touching and you're feeling and you're doing all that, and then there's a red flag.
Touch.
You know what they touch.
A red, yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Good
Like
question.
that part is kind of like, okay, we haven't had any red flags. It's 6 months. Now we touching, feeling. You done met the friends. We done passed that red flag. Now we touching and feeling. They go a red flag. So we just finna say, forget everything. Like What we doing with that red flag?
I don't know, but we ain't talking about the red flag I just mentioned.
No. That's what I'm asking. So if you get to that stage, I'm asking you about that stage.
Okay.
Because if you're touching and feeling, you're in.
We're into it. We're deep in it.
So that's why I'm asking you about that particular red flag. If you don't know where they stay at that point, you get them saying like, what do you do with that red flag?
You saying you should know before that point?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
what I'm
what
asking.
she's saying.
Yeah.
Tia is saying we should know prior to.
You should.
Yeah,
True.
you should.
Because
You should.
you don't got that far into in depth of the
But
relationship.
stuff
and-
happen, baby. You might be touching and feeling, and we sitting in the car. You might be touching and feeling.
But in
and-
6 months, you should not be in the car touching
Yeah,
and feeling,
6
baby.
months you should
Well,
not
we
still
didn't-
be in the car.
We didn't say 6 months. You threw that number out there. I'm just saying.
okay. Well, how long is it gonna take you to touch and feel?
But I don't think that's the
6 months.
But I don't think that's the question at hand. I'm just saying, me not knowing where you live is a red flag.
Right.
You sitting in your car having conversations with me every time we having conversations and you not in your house.
Do you
is a
feel
red flag
like
for
that's
me.
because they may have somebody that they with, deal with?
That's a possibility.
Hold on, now, friend.
She done struck a note over here.
Yeah, man, I'm a truck driver. I don't really be home like that. I'm a truck driver. That's why I'm in the
Every
truck.
time we,
I'm in the
every
truck
time
right
we
now.
FaceTiming, you sitting in your car.
I'm going to work. I'm going to work. That's why I work overnight every day.
Hold on, now, friend.
And I work overnight.
It don't matter what hour of the day, 8 a.m.
Overnight.
you in the
You
car.
know, I'm an Uber driver, so I'm always in the
She said I work overnight and
Because you can call me
And I'm an
tonight.
Uber
I'm going to be
driver.
in my car. Avoiding those kids. I'm going to be in the car.
And I'm an Uber driver, so that's how I'm in the car, baby. That's my
On
work.
the phone. Babe, I'm just
You
in
want me
the
to
car.
work, right? You want to eat, right?
if they smart, I
gotta
would
get
say,
this
show me the sticker. Where's the Uber sticker? It's supposed to be on
Turn
the
your
top
camera
left-hand
around.
side of the windshield.
Oh, man.
And parameters around when I can speak to you is a red flag for me.
Why we can't talk all day?
Right. What's wrong? You ain't doing nothing?
Why you can't watch me do my lesson?
Like, for real.
Right.
I don't know. That's a red flag to me.
Talking all day?
Talking all day. You don't got no job. Like,
But now we can talk at the job.
We talking at work.
Why are we working? What you
Why we
mean?
working? We working and talking.
Them AirPods. All you need to put your AirPods in.
AirPods.
that just seems like a control tactic.
No, it's not white. No, it's not. Here you go, white.
Because all you gotta do is say, "Hold on, babe, my coworker here."
That's it.
No, I think
Why you don't got no friends? Why you on the phone with me 24/7?
Nah, you got
I think though.
Y'all got me
Go
crying.
ahead.
Why and I we're
Oh,
married.
God.
I'm gonna say maybe that's the
I think
perspective
that's
of
the
it.
difference.
Yeah.
Why and
Yeah.
I we're married. So I think that's where the difference lies in.
Even still, I can talk to A for a long time, but I'm not about to listen to him breathe on the phone.
But they're talking. You're not listening to him breathe.
Not all the time, baby. There's not that much conversation in the world. No, it's not. It's not.
Yes, it is.
No,
There's
it's
a lot to
not.
talk
Y'all
about.
just sitting breathing.
It
Like,
depends- it depends
when
on
you
what
and
you're talking
A
about.
first
Yeah.
we're
started
not in high
dating-
school. We're not in high school.
Oh, God.
But think back to when
Red
y'all was-
flag with your friends. Why you don't have a job? Why you have so much time to talk
Nah,
to?
we working.
Everybody at work. We just on the phone working.
Facts.
I ain't say I was home on the phone.
I'm in my car headed to my job in Uber on the phone. What you mean?
I don't think nothing.
I guess
wrong
that's
with
just
it.
I don't know.
That is funny.
It's just go ahead and say it. It's just a word.
That is hilarious.
Like how you were saying, like when you was talking about how white Bam Bam and T Pebbles. I just feel like I guess I'm just too masculine to be on the phone. Like I just don't. That's not an aspect of like. I feel like girls do that, and I'm not girly enough to just be like, oh yeah, babe, let's talk.
Really?
That's
Well,
just
I'm
something
with
that I
you,
don't.
friend, because I don't do it either.
But then you put the marriage, like we're married. Even still, when me and A were dating, like, okay, I'll talk to you later. I'm not.
Oh, I was okay with that too. I think for me, it was the honeymoon stage of us dating that, yeah, I want to live in your skin.
Yeah.
After the honeymoon stage, though, of us dating, why? Yeah, you.
Why
go
does the
do your
honeymoon
thing.
stage gotta end?
Who says it has to
It don't.
end?
The honeymoon stage lasts forever with the right person.
Yeah.
I don't think talking on the phone, breathing and listening 24/7 is like
Correct.
honeymoon. Honeymoon stages can be saying I love you, opening up the doors, going on dates. Like catering. That
I guess we're
doesn't-
using
Why
the
you just don't
wrong
want to be on the
term.
phone?
I know.
Are you a texter?
Everything but being on the phone.
Are you a texter, White?
No.
Everything but being on the phone.
I'm not like a phone. I like in-person conversation.
But my husband wants to be on the phone.
Oh,
I can talk. No, don't give. I can talk on the phone if I want to talk on the phone. But once the conversation is over, I'm not about to just
listen to you breathe.
I'm not doing it.
The man calls me 1,000,000 times a day. He wants to be on the phone. He does.
That's cute.
And I'm just like,
I think
no, I
that's-
can't.
And sometimes it also can depend on the person that you with.
Right.
Yeah.
Because certain relationships, okay.
Yeah. I
And
think
then
it's
other
okay. Yeah.
relationships, you don't mind.
Right, exactly. That's that. No, that's for real. No, that's real talk. Real
Yeah,
talk.
that's real
And you
talk.
okay? And you okay with that? Like
And you're
if you
okay with
was,
that.
yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm okay with a person that wants to be on the phone all the time, and I'm okay with a person that doesn't want or can't be on the phone all the time. You know what I'm saying? As long as there's some type of like communication, like we could be
Right.
sending TikToks back and forth or texting, but if you can't,
I do like that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it
send
got to be
reels.
some
I love
type
it.
of
We send
something,
reels all day.
even if it's
Yeah.
not on the phone all the time.
There we go.
Love that.
I got about
do too.
And you gotta be
15 rings.
consistent.
But I
because
prefer-
don't stop. If we started that way, don't stop.
No, but I prefer-
Red flag. What we stopping it for?
I'm on the phone all the time,
Why we not doing that no more?
all the time.
Red flag.
Even after the 8 hours when our
2
phone
weeks ago
hang
into
up,
the
call
club,
me back.
do it. Why? Red flag.
Me, I'm gonna sit this conversation.
Bruh. Come on, Davis. Give us a red
I'm just
flag.
saying.
I'm a little parlay over there, sorry.
Give us a red flag,
We
Davis.
ain't sitting that no more.
Your parents not knowing you in a
That was
relationship.
my red flag right there.
Parents.
It's a red flag.
Your parents not knowing? At least
grown.
one of them.
Yeah, I don't feel like that's
Mine ain't gonna give me the option.
extremely
Baby. They want to know.
relevant.
If we're
as
in a
an adult.
relationship and your parents don't know, I understand we're grown.
Okay, mine is it's that, but if you gotta sneak around your parents, I don't
Right.
feel the need to go tell my parents I'm in a
Exactly.
relationship.
Yeah.
But if I gotta go over and beyond to hide you from my parents, like
Yeah.
if
That's
you're
a red
at my
flag.
house or something,
That's a
yeah,
red
like
flag.
That's valid.
that's too much. That's crazy.
valid. That's valid. Green flags?
Back to the red.
Nobody wants to talk about green flags.
Come on, like what else?
Let's bring technology and social media into the mix
Ooh,
now.
okay.
Not posting.
I don't. That's not a red flag. For me,
Some
it's
people
not.
will think it's a red flag.
It's not a red flag for me.
Y'all let us know if that's a red flag.
Social
for
media
y'all.
is not
It's
a
a red
flag.
flag. It's just my birthday because I better get a post.
Okay, birthday valid, anniversaries valid.
And
Other
it better
than
say
that-
more than just happy birthday.
But
Right.
But
Baby.
again, for me,
Oh,
that
beautiful.
And
don't
sometimes it
matter.
don't say baby.
Beautiful.
It just say happy birthday.
Hey, HBD.
It better be a cash out of Zelle.
It better be more
The
than that.
acronyms, man, not even a full sentence. Damn.
I am not your
Under
husband.
lowercase at that, not even like
We are not.
dot.
The black cards, the black cards instead of the red ones.
It just has a
Dang.
happy birthday with a brown heart.
Ooh.
No, not even the heart, but just the cake.
And the balloon.
The fan, a little whistle.
And the little emoji blowing the confetti.
Oh my god.
Yeah, red flag.
That's a red flag.
Yeah,
That's
red flag.
yeah.
What about
Do y'all use social media though to validate y'all relationship?
I am
No.
a very private person. No.
But if I tag you, you better repost it.
Oh God,
Facts.
no.
For real. If I tag you in a
Facts.
post, repost. I'm not asking you to
God.
post me. I'm not asking you to. You get what I'm saying? You ain't got to go out your way.
Just
but
repost
if
it.
I post it
Just
and I
repost
tag you, yeah, let me go on your page. I better
better
get
be on
that
that story.
notification. I better get that
I bet you on that
notification.
story somewhere.
Yeah.
Tagged.
Just give me
Tag.
the birthday post. I'm good with the birthday post.
You good with the birthday
I'm
post?
good with the birthday
But
post.
to answer Shade's question, no, not necessarily. Like,
Did she just cut a red flag? No. That's a friendship red flag. Don't be cutting me off.
I mean, y'all was having a sidebar over
I
there.
mean,
Surely was.
it resonated with our soul.
But no, I don't think I use social media to validate or to seek validation simply because if you know me and you hang around enough, you'll see bits and pieces of my life. But someone who does not at all, like I can't tell that you have children, I can't tell that you're married, or I can't tell that you're in a relationship, I think that could be a red flag.
What, just from social media?
So can we put it as a yellow flag and not a red?
Yeah, I say
Maybe
yellow.
yellow.
Yeah.
I say yellow.
This is what you can't see on social media. We're talking about technology, so we going
Right,
back to
on
what you
social,
can. Oh,
back
okay.
to wife's
Social media.
question, because I don't have to post my husband and son every day for people
Right.
to know that
You're
I have a
married
husband and a son.
Right.
Because things will come up and you'll see glimpses of them, right? I don't have to post them every day, but if I didn't post them maybe once a year, to me, like if people couldn't tell on my social media where I'm sharing all of this personal stuff, maybe not, day-to-day stuff, if they couldn't tell that I'm married and have a child, then to me that's a red flag.
Okay.
I think it'll be a red flag
Or a
if
yellow flag.
Yellow flag.
prior to me and that person being in a relationship, they was always on social media sharing things and all that stuff. Then when they got with me, they stopped. But if I came into the
valid.
relationship knowing
That they
that
don't
person was
share.
already private, and I didn't even
Yeah.
see the person prior to, you know what
That's a
I'm
good-
saying,
that's a
on
good
social
point.
media.
That's a good point.
It's
That's
not
a
a
good-
red
yeah,
flag.
that's
If
a
I
really good
already
point.
know that's all you are, I'm not going to think it's out of the ordinary if you're not like that. with
Right.
me.
What
Because
if
you can't
posting
say,
everybody.
well, I'm not really a social
Yeah.
media type of
exactly.
person. I'm girl, that's
And
how I found you.
And I also think stopping, you know what I'm saying, being social on social media when you get
Right.
in, like,
What if it's in the close friends?
But that's what I'm saying, like
That's
It's
still
something,
somebody,
though.
It's still
somebody
something.
sees it.
Something.
Somebody knows it.
yeah, it's still something. I just think it depends. Yeah.
Because I'm thinking about White's page right now, right? That's the page that comes to mind. All of White's stuff, Teach with Kicks, is simply about being a teacher, the rolling of the eyes, and whatever. But if you stick around long enough, you'll
see it.
see glimpses of her family
Yeah.
in her stories or what have you.
Right.
So it is okay to have a social media page that is geared towards whatever it is that you're putting out there. We all understand that. But to be on social media and not know, well, being the wife or the girlfriend or the boyfriend and not see glimpses of you, I think that's
I
a
don't
yellow
know.
flag.
I think it's very different for me because, like I said, number one, I'm just very private about certain things. But I'm working really hard with trying to have an identity outside of just being a mom. So you may see glimpses of my kids on my social media, but like you're not going to see them all the time. Plus,
Correct.
I have teenagers. Happy birthday, kid! But I just, but yeah, don't because they don't even post me. They look synced up. But I have, you know,
Yeah,
they have their
glimpses.
own identity and their little social media pages, and then I have my stuff. So you'll see the glimpse of it. But if somebody I was dating would be like, "Well, I didn't even know you had kids," like I'm gonna tell you up front, I got kids.
Yeah.
Right.
So
That's fair.
that's a lie. You gonna know I got kids. You gonna hear them. Savannah gonna make sure of it. You gonna hear them in the background. But I just feel like looking at their social media presence and just being like, oh, I don't see, you know, whatever. It's not a red flag to me. Now, I kind of agree more with Kay and T when they were saying like, if you were posting and then all of a sudden you stop, or you post your little baby cousin, god sister, auntie on the 7th time removed, but you can't post me.
Right.
Yeah, we got a problem. It's something different.
That's fair. That's
They
fair.
go White. She got the lean.
Come on, White.
She got the lean.
Come on, Wayne.
So I was
clear her throat.
thinking,
She can do that lean. It's over with.
no, but I was just thinking about like the red flags, and sometimes we ignore the red flags. Like when you were saying, they're yellow flags? And what
That was
came
my
to
next
mind was the whole Anthony and his baby mama. What?
basketball player?
Aisha,
Yeah.
yes.
Anthony
And
Howard.
how Edwards.
Yeah, basketball player. Yeah.
Anthony Edwards.
How it's clear that he has these other kids, right?
Right.
And we seen what he did with the other kids.
Right.
And then you go ahead and you
Thinking it's
have a
gonna be
kid
Right.
thinking be sweet or it's gonna be
But
different.
that goes back
Can
to
y'all
you.
bring me up to speed?
Okay,
though?
so Anthony
Edwards.
Anthony Edwards, he plays for the Timberwolves. He had I believe a daughter with his longtime girlfriend. He alleged or apparently got another woman pregnant, but told her to get an abortion, and
But-
she ended up keeping it. So he was pretty much like, I don't want nothing to do with a kid, but paid her child support up front. Gave her
18
like
years of
$1
child
million or something, $1 million, and was like, I don't want nothing to do with her, basically.
Now be clear, he has other kids.
He has other
by
kids.
women.
Clear.
Yeah.
Kids, mother
But
women.
correct.
He
women as
has
well.
more than one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just that
And he just doesn't want to deal with this child.
Yeah.
This baby
because he
mama
told
ain't
told
child.
her to have an abortion and gave her the money to get it,
And she did.
but she pocketed it.
And tried to go to another state.
that
Yeah.
part.
So it would be more child support.
Child support.
So are you saying that's a red flag?
I'm saying
That
why
he-
did she ignore
It's like
that
basically ignoring it.
red
Oh.
The girl,
flag?
yeah, the one that's
So
in the
it goes
situation. Why
into
she
basically-
ignored all the other kids that he wasn't taking care of? Why would you think that he's going to take care of yours?
So that goes to my actual, like what White said, my next question. When we see those red flags, do we ignore them to justify what we want or to justify the behavior of the person with the red flag?
Yes.
That piggybacks off what you said. Are we touching and feeling at this point?
Are we and should
Everything, that's what I'm
we?
saying.
Should we know? Are we? Yes.
I would
It
say, should
happens.
we know? But we do a lot.
Yeah.
We do ignore those a lot because we think the situation gonna change.
Yeah.
Especially when touching and feeling is involved.
Let's listen. It's a good touch.
You blind, baby. Blind.
What they gotta do? They gotta.
Good touch, baby. You're good.
I can't see nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Never mind you sitting in the car.
Try that again.
I'm going to work. Okay.
Oh, you want to be on the phone all day?
Hey, I gotta do it today.
Or you just look at it and be
Who
like,
car seat is that in the back?
Don't stop
Man,
playing
man,
with
the
me.
lady that just dropped off left a car seat. That is not my child. I am not at home in the
You know
car
what?
right now.
I know somebody who did that.
They did what?
Had a
Tried to
child?
make it seem like the car seat didn't belong to them.
Oh wow!
And it did.
How you ignore the birth of the child?
Whoever you are, all of the mothers across the nation, we forgive you. Whoever that person is.
No, it was a guy. It was a guy.
Right. So the mother,
Yeah.
all of the mothers
Dang.
forgive you.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It came out though.
That's crazy. I've never tried to hide those kids. That's crazy.
You can.
You can.
It's just hide.
And they're always there.
always.
They're not gonna let you hide them.
Always. I've met a couple
Especially if
women
they
that
love
done
you.
it, but I've
No, some
never
kids
tried
don't
that.
mind because some of them be sick of the parents anyway. But if the children love you, you can't hide, baby.
At all.
You can't hide.
Ready or not.
So if it's a good touch.
You know, just a little
think
side
it's
note,
a-
I
I'm
went on
sorry.
a date one time and pulled out. I'm like, oh, okay, we getting the stuff. I'm like, let me grab my umbrella out the trunk. Maybe the stroller came out. That man said, oh,
You got kids.
I said that though. He said, I didn't know they were like stroller.
You got kids.
Yeah.
Not a stroller age.
Needless to
Stroller
say,
age.
I don't know that man no more.
Of course not.
Man.
I want to go back to Taylor's red flag and ask a question. She said dating somebody with kids, right? That's a red flag. She went. So what if you dating somebody with kids and they basically like start dating you and kind of like push their kids to the side?
This question for y'all, cause I ain't.
I was about to say, she's gonna date him. So,
You know what I'm saying? So what if she's so into that? Like if you dating them, you see that she's so into you
That she's neglecting her kids?
neglecting as far as like, not like
Friend,
physical.
why are we asking this question, friend? That's a red flag. How you neglect your kids for me?
That's what I'm saying.
a mother's relationship
So-
with her kids is very important.
Exactly. I feel like if you want to date somebody with kids, you got to pay attention to how they are with their kids
Yeah.
and how they treat their kids.
Oh,
and
God.
no matter what, it's the kids.
But I feel like that could. I feel like that could be masked, and I'm gonna say that based on a situation that I know of. Right. I think 2 or 3 weeks into the relationship, he told her, "I love you more than I love my kids."
Oh.
Right.
Right. Thank you.
And maybe it wasn't 2 or 3 weeks. You know, I don't want to get it
Yeah.
wrong because I'm sure.
Maybe it no matter. It was
It's gonna be
2 or
watched.
3 years.
More than a kid.
However,
It's wild.
because she was wanting to be involved with the kids and making sure, you know, he's involved with the kids. He was spending a lot of time with the kids, right? And now hindsight, she's realizing he was a horrible dad, and that he was only spending time with the kids because I was pushing the whole spending the time with the kids. And now we are kids in ourselves, and we're seeing these same, you know,
I
characteristics.
think in situations like that, even with like, especially moms, like going into a new relationship, if they want a person to be there, like, you get what I'm saying, involved in this, that, and the third, they're not going to maneuver or find space for you. They're going to create a space for you.
Yeah.
So wasn't that him telling her, "I love you more than my kids," a red flag?
Yes, because now that's not creating a space. It's not like you're pushing, you're moving things, you get what I'm saying, to put me in a spot when when there's a spot that should be there for me. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yes, that's definitely a red flag.
And so we overshadowed that.
Yeah.
And then we made it be a thing, like where I'm helping you be around your kids.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
The only reason why you around your kids because me.
Correct.
Well, yeah, I've been in that situation where I've helped facilitate a relationship between a man and his kids, and I was like, oh God, if I wasn't here, would you see them kids?
Yeah, that's
Right.
a red flag.
Right.
It could never be me.
Because you're not dating anybody with kids. Right?
Correct.
Come on now.
But see, now I'm starting to understand shit.
Green flags?
Green
Do
flag.
we have any green flags?
No kids. Let's start there.
Shay is totally on the FTK, man.
I'm with you. I would date a man with no kids versus dating a man with kids now.
Yes.
That's your preference. But
preference.
It's not a red flag, though.
No.
Okay.
No. It's perfect.
Green
That's all I think is my
flag.
green flag.
People who have their own stuff.
I don't know about y'all, but Shay came locked and loaded. this
Yeah, she was
conversation.
ready for
It
this
might
one.
be that.
Green
It might be
flag.
that.
She had a good
Men
night.
that don't even wait to initiate things.
And that's what I was about to say.
Initiate what?
Anything.
Anything, going on dates, taking care of the bills,
Anything.
you know, calling me first,
Yes.
doing things just
Yes.
because
Yeah.
initiation.
Green flag, checking up on me,
absolutely.
making sure I'm good.
Oh, that's definitely a green
Absolutely.
flag. The checkups, yes.
yeah, make
Seeing
sure
how
I'm good.
Seeing how my day is going. and
Throw
all
me a
that.
couple of dollars
Oh,
without
yes.
me having to tell you I need something.
Yeah.
Pay for
For
my
sure.
good.
For sure. For sure.
Let me check my cash app.
If you can cook,
That's a green flag.
That's a green flag. Oh,
Does the
yeah.
air fryer count? Does the air fryer count?
Exactly.
Thank you. Does the air fryer
Effort.
count?
Because A ain't know how to cook.
I don't know if
At
I want
all.
to count the
And
air
then-
fryer.
What you mean? You still got to season the stuff?
Oh, she said air fryer. I thought she said effort.
No, I don't consider the air fryer cooking.
Wait.
I mean, if it come out good and it's seasoned well, I don't
The
know.
air fryer is not doing the job. The air fryer is like the pot.
Yeah, because I cooked the mean salmon
Yeah.
in the air fryer.
The air fryer is like the pot.
It was
baby.
better than the stove.
It's
baby.
faster.
Your hands, your hands,
faster.
what you put on there
The seasoning,
before you put it in the air
Seasoning,
fryer.
yeah.
As long as that seasoning correct.
If you can cook, you good with me. I could cook too, but sometimes I don't want to cook. So
Because saying you don't consider air fryer cooking is like saying you don't consider the oven cooking. It does the same
The
thing.
air fryer just faster.
Yeah.
It does the same thing.
Yeah.
But I don't think not knowing how to cook is a red flag either. So I guess
Because you can always
it
be taught.
doesn't matter.
Be
You
taught.
can always be taught how to cook.
Well, baby, my
especially in
husband
my
don't
family,
cook.
We cook for breathing.
The man don't cook.
You can be taught how to cook.
Who don't
ain't-
cook?
My husband.
I think hygiene.
Oh, 'cause my daddy definitely
hygiene.
Oh,
My
my dad.
husband
Yeah,
cook,
my
my
daddy.
daddy
My
cook.
daddy cooked.
My
yes.
daddy definitely.
My daddy definitely cooked.
Yes.
Hygiene is a green flag for me.
Oh yeah.
Green flag. And a red flag.
I
So
wanna
if
smell
you
that
wanna-
good perfume coming from out the door.
Listen, I want your body scent to smell good before you put on anything.
Yes.
Like if you take a bath and you still
You are talking directly in this camera.
In the camera, she is being direct.
I'm not speaking from experience. I'm just saying in general. Like no pun intended. I promise you.
I don't know if I want to
promise you.
believe that.
I promise you. But hygiene is a green and red
What's
flag.
that smell?
Yeah.
I am not speaking from
Because
experience.
baby, you can buy all the Chanel
All
That's what I'm
the-
saying.
all the
But if
shit.
you get out of the shower, them I
I'm
want
gonna-
to, and you
Yeah.
all up in your neck cavity.
All up in it.
But you know that perfume does not it does not cover the scent.
Exactly.
No,
So if you
If
stink,
you funky, you funky.
Yeah.
You're just gonna smell like Axe.
I want to still be able to. I want to still be able to smell you and be satisfied when you
Thank
fresh
you.
off work and everything.
Exactly. Even if you
I
working
don't want to
out.
have to wait.
Thank you.
Nah, baby, go on in there.
Thank you. Thank you.
I want to be able to hug you as soon as you walk through the door.
Yeah.
Oh God.
That is important.
Yeah. I don't want to. All right, man, go take a shower.
Right. That,
Talk to me when you
yeah.
get out.
Nah, don't shower. You don't need no shower.
Because I want to be in your face when you wake up. Before you
What
go
if
to
your
all
partner
that.
work out in the sun though?
Nah, you shouldn't be
You
staying.
still shouldn't be
You
stinking.
smell like out the
You still
door.
should.
Like,
That's it.
you
Out the
should
door.
not be
Everybody gonna come smell like that out the door. Out the door is out the door. But you should.
Out the door, I don't like smelling like outside.
Me either.
I'm not saying we
outside.
like it. I'm saying that should be if
The
the
only
only
Funky and out the
only
door is
other
different
scent.
things.
that should be the only
Because if
scent.
you sitting
Yes.
outside and sitting in the sun for a long period of time,
You
you
gonna
gonna
smell
have
like
that
outside.
that outside
Yeah.
smell.
And just sitting out there.
I ain't talking about musk. I'm talking
nah.
about the outside smell.
Right.
Outside smell is
Can y'all
acceptable.
put in the comments why do black people call it an outside
Because you
smell?
smell like out the door.
You smell
You
like
smell like
outside.
out the door.
Why do we
You
call
smell like
it
you
that?
in the sun was kissing.
Like a
Because
corn.
it's definitely not
It's
much.
not like a corn.
It's not.
No, it's not a must.
not.
No,
It's not a must.
No, it's not a mush.
That's crazy.
I'll say one of my green flags is catering to like my love language.
What's your love language, Dave?
Acts of service.
Yes, yes.
I'm
Clock
very
that.
I want to
busy.
know y'all though. For real. What's yours, Ash?
Lock that. Give it. Go
My
top
love
3.
language?
Yeah.
Go top 3.
Top 3, yeah.
Gifts,
I know that's
That's
right.
number 1.
probably.
I know that's right.
I don't know,
friend.
friend.
And she said that with
You don't
pride.
think so?
I like
No.
that.
What do you think?
Hold on, why you gonna get? Hold on, wait,
No,
hold on,
but
hold
I'm
on,
saying
wait.
I don't think Ash the first love language.
Oh, okay. You disagree
Okay.
on the first.
I
love
disagree.
Okay, let me give my 3.
Go ahead.
And then you can probably tell me what you think is the top. Gifts, quality time, acts of service.
Okay.
Quality time is your first one.
Quality time, is the first.
Y'all can see that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, quality time.
You want to spend time with
Then
that?
gifts.
She loves that man.
She love that man. For
I
sure.
do.
That man, that woman.
I love you,
that man.
JB.
She for sure love that man.
Love that
Fine.
man. Only I'm saying that because like normally people when they say gifts, they're more like into material things.
Oh,
And
I'm not
And you're
materialistic.
not
Oh, yeah, so
that would
materialistic.
be that acts of
So
service
that's
then,
why
or-
I'm saying like
I'm not materialistic.
I don't see that.
But I think
But you like
gifts-
nice things and gifts, but I
Right.
don't think that that's like
But I also think that gifts doesn't have to necessarily, well, when I think of gifts, I'm not necessarily thinking of high-end, pricey, crazy stuff.
could be a
like
pack of socks.
you can give, like
Some candy.
Who you tell?
to what I was saying about the
it makes sense.
gifts, like I like gifts that you put intention behind. Like,
Right.
and I was about to
Thought.
say, my birthday card this year from White, well, last year from White, was so like you could tell she hears me. Like I talk about my plants all the time. So stuff like that. That's what I mean
Okay.
by gifts.
Yeah.
Like not
I
just you
agree.
going to give me a high end item and thinking, oh, okay, that's gonna make her happy.
Right,
right,
Like
right.
really putting thought
Okay, makes
into
sense.
my gifts.
That's fair. That's fair.
Shade.
All of mine be in top for real. Number 1 for me is words of affirmation.
Word.
I am a very big words of
I
affirmation.
can see that.
person.
Yeah.
Physical touch and quality time are in a tie right now, and then
Dang. I just see what?
acts of service may be number 3.
Friend said physical touch.
Yeah. Give her a little shoulder rub.
White,
There you go.
Touch
Right, what's yours?
me, feel me.
It's me ain't hold on tight. Don't let go, baby. I'm about to
Explode.
hello.
White, give us your 3. Lord have mercy.
Okay.
But yeah, touch me a little bit.
One is gifts. I'm big on gifts.
Are you a materialistic girl?
If you didn't know, I
Yeah, I'm
am.
about to say, I knew that was number 1.
And I think that goes back to my childhood, the lack of being given gifts, the lack of not having certain items to now, like if you, and I think I put like love on that too. Like if you love me, you're gonna go out and you're gonna buy me something to show how much you love me. And that's like, I'm always thinking like, why am I equipped this way? And
That makes sense.
You know, it's tied to my childhood. Oh, another story.
Gotcha.
So gifts is 1. Acts of service is 2. Like, if I don't feel like cooking, then cooking, I don't have to cook. You're gonna cook for me. If
Right.
I'm not feeling like cleaning up, then you're gonna clean up for me. Like,
Right.
so being considerate and understanding like what I feel like doing, what I don't feel like doing, and just not giving me left about it, just doing it. So acts of service. And words of affirmation, like. And it's funny because my husband doesn't give me a lot of words of affirmation because he feels like, oh, you hear it all the time. You should already know that I think you're pretty, or I love you, or you smell good, you look good. So he's one that doesn't give them to me, and I think when he doesn't, I will come and be like, dang, bro, you ain't say I look good today, whatever. Like, at least you know you look good. At least you know. I'm like, no, but I want you to say it.
Yeah, for real.
Right.
Right.
I want you to say that though.
Yeah. Next.
Touch is not one. I'm just gonna let y'all know that now. You don't gotta. I think those people that I
sounds so disappointed.
like, it's
No,
not,
I'm saying it like, cause she said it all the time.
it's not. You don't gotta always hug.
She always gets
me.
like, you try to hug her, she gonna be
every time
like.
I see you, I give you
But
a
now
hug.
I do give hugs because like teaching let me know that some kids they need the
They
hug.
need that,
And
yeah.
then me being a mom that also changed the way I give love too, because my children are very touchy children.
Very affectionate.
They are
yeah.
very affectionate, and I had to relearn that this is not okay. Like you have to hug them, you have to do that. So if I am giving you a hug, that means like you're a part of the people that I do trust and
Yeah.
I care about. Because, baby, I'm not gonna give you a hug. I'm not gonna.
And I like to hug my
do that.
friends.
And you do, friend. And it took me a while, and Ash was like, "Friend, you can hug me all the time." I'm like, "Can I?" Because then it gets like awkward for me at times to where. Then you're gonna expect me to hug you all the time. And
Yes.
I want to hug you all the
A
time.
big long one
And-
like T gives.
and it took forever
I
for
like
me to
those.
hug Tierney. So it doesn't. I think now I'm more aware that white it's okay to hug people. White it's okay to genuinely enjoy embracing
People, yeah.
people
Yeah.
because I do
Yeah.
like people, and sometimes I have a hard time showing that, and it's like now I'm more into like embracing people because life is short.
Yeah.
Very much.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, for real.
That's
so
fair.
gifts, acts of service, and then words.
Okay. T, what's up?
I would say reassurance,
Affirmation.
Affirmation.
affirmation,
The
right?
words of affirmation.
But it's like more so of the
Reassuring
So
me.
you don't,
Yeah.
need, you don't need like necessarily compliments. You need.
Nah, I
you
don't need a compliment.
I need you to remind you how you feel about
Exactly,
me. Everything.
exactly.
Just,
Let me know that again. What you said?
Gotcha.
Say it again.
Gotcha,
I
gotcha,
ain't hear you the
gotcha.
first time. What you said? Say it again.
Dang.
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Reassurance, quality time, and I would say more. I guess I want to say
Spend a day on the phone with me.
nah. It depends on the person.
Depends on the person.
Depends on the person. I'm not a phone person. You would be surprised,
Depends on the person.
but it depends on the
Depends on
person.
the person.
And I think the last one will be effort. Like it goes back to putting effort into things like what you say, like with the gifts.
Yeah,
I'm not a
intention.
person who needs anybody to buy me anything. Like if I want it, I'll get it. But putting the effort into like the thought made like it's kind of like you were listening to me. Like you probably didn't bring it
Don't
back
buy me
up.
nothing you want me to
didn't. You
have.
probably didn't say anything towards the situation like when I mentioned it. But when something come up, dang, I just said that a month ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think
Yeah.
that it goes back to that too. So I'm big on that type of stuff. Like you ain't material stuff, I get that myself.
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay, well, my top, I said acts of service. That's my top one. I'm really big on partnership. So I'm kind of like, wait, if I don't feel like cleaning, I need to know you gonna clean it. I need to know. So I just really am big on partnership. So if I don't do it, you got it. I would definitely say quality time because I want to be with you.
In your skin.
I definitely want to be with you.
All up in the skin.
And let's see, I'm okay. I'm a physical touch, but yeah, it's tough.
It depends on who it is.
Well, what does that mean?
I'm like that. I'm not an
Yes.
affectionate person at all.
That's the thing right there.
So I
You know who it
mean,
is.
I love touching. Touching. But
She elaborated on
Emphasis
the
on the love.
touching.
ooh, it be tough. Baby, you might get that stiff arm the first hug, and I'm like, I'm just playing big, but it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh. So mine is similar to Taylor's and Tierney's, but it ties into what White's saying about upbringing. So mine is words of affirmation, my first one, because growing up I wasn't spoiled with materialistic things. Like I always had, but my mama wasn't trying to bust up behind to go get the latest Jordan, but we gonna have some nice shoes type stuff. But all my family spoiled me with like words of affirmation, like you're beautiful, like stuff like that. So I kind of don't need that in a relationship. I need more so a reassurance. So you don't have to tell me, one, because I have high self-esteem. Two, you don't have to tell me I look good all the time. I appreciate it.
You look good, Kay. You're sexy, baby. The purple and
But
gray is
I
hidden
prefer you to
today.
just tell me how you feel. Reassure me on how you feel. Because again, my mom wasn't emotional like that. Like I knew she loved me, but she didn't say it with many words. So now I look for that because I didn't. She does it now. My mom is I can't
Amazing.
stop telling me she love me. But she's like, then growing up, it wasn't like that. So I look for that at the same time. Then it's quality time. Because again, you make time for who you want to make time for. So
Correct.
all of us got kids or jobs. Some of us got 2 jobs. So if you can take time out of your busy schedule to spend time with me,
It's a big deal.
That's a
it's a big
that's a big
difference.
deal.
It's a big difference. Then the other one is physical touch. Like,
She smiled at the
Say that
camera.
physical touch.
because I'm not
did.
because I'm not. It depends on who it is. Like if a
Yeah.
person can mentally touch me, emotionally touch me, then
Stimulation.
physical touch is
right.
not.
You said mentally.
But I'm saying that makes a difference. So if you can tell when a person is just touching you
Yeah.
to touch you, or touch you because they want to, and they just they care about you.
Tell me about it.
You get me saying? What I because you don't always gotta lead to the do.
Oh.
But you can just touch me, we can just hug, kiss, whatever. I'm good with that.
I have a question.
I'm sorry. I'm always like, acts of service again is not. I don't care. Like Tierney said, I can buy my own stuff. Because if I'm picky, like if I ask for something, I want you to get me what I asked for. So that's why I prefer to buy
too.
my own stuff. But it's the
I'll send
effort.
you a
Like if I
picture.
said, dang, ain't got no more t-shirts. I need some more t-shirts. And you
Right.
come home with some
And the
t-shirts.
sock drawer empty.
You get what I'm
Back, come
saying? Like
back.
that type of
Yeah.
gifts. But go ahead. I'm sorry, Ash.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just going to ask a question because we're talking about acts of service. How do you guys respond to not acts of service, love languages. How do you guys respond to love languages that are not your love language?
It's hard.
And I'm going to use myself, for example, like I love to do acts of service for the people that I love.
Still waiting on lasagna soup.
I think she
Yeah.
throwing shots at you, friend.
She is.
We've been asking for it for like 2 weeks now.
But then she cooked just last. She cooked last week.
Who for who?
Remember
Lasagna
she came in?
She
She
had
could last week.
Throwing
Did
shade
she
at
make
you,
banana
friend.
bread?
She could have cooked it in. White. I'm just saying.
She had banana bread.
She could have made it in.
Because we know she
They
loves to
throwing
cook.
shade
My
at you.
friend is a great cook. Just saying.
And I love to cook for the people
She
that I
does.
love.
And
She
That
don't
makes your
love us.
food
She
with
said for the
fire.
people that she love. Maybe.
you know she said that, right?
Yeah. She said.
So how do you guys respond to if that's not something that you receive well? Like I like to help. So acts of service. The love languages that people pour into you that you don't that aren't your love languages.
And that's
I
why I
think
said
it depends on
equally
the
yoked in when I said that, because for example, you say yours is acts of service, and I said my last one is I don't care for that. So my reaction might not be something
Right.
that you get what I'm saying. So you might feel offended. You get what I'm saying? But in the beginning, I told you I don't care.
Because you
about-
may think, oh, well, I showed you that I love you by doing
exactly,
this
but
and doing
that's
that.
not how I want to be
But
shown.
that's not how I want to be shown.
But what I mean by that is it's something that's my love language. So I want to pour it.
Okay,
So
well,
If
I
that
just think-
makes sense.
It-
Not,
it makes-
Yeah, it
not
makes
what
sense.
you're giving to me as
makes
my
sense.
love
No, no, no,
language,
no.
but what I love.
It makes sense, but if that's going to be if your act of service or you buying me things is going to be your way of showing me that you
Expect
love
my
me,
reaction.
not even expect my reaction. Make it known
That
as
I'm doing
to-
this because it
Right.
makes me happy.
Don't
Got you.
automatically think that okay, and then you can say at the end, well, I did this and I did that and I did.
Okay.
I
didn't
ain't
ask
asked you to
for
do that.
Right.
Okay.
I asked you for love and affection. That's what I asked you for.
Gotcha.
And you couldn't give me that after I've asked you that. You just kept giving me what you wanted to give me. So that I feel like you get what I'm saying.
And it worked both ways. So if you're not giving me, if you're not giving me what I told you my access, my love language was, you can't be upset with me if I want to leave because of that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be you can't be selfish and like, well, basically what I just said. Yeah, I can leave for that too.
I'm kind of like, hey, I try to communicate it early. I
Yeah.
don't like flowers.
I just got into like sunflowers. Other than that, me either.
I don't like flowers. So usually that's a cop out. That's an easy thing that people do to like show they're interested or that they love you. But I don't like it. Be creative.
I love.
But I
buy my
communicate
own
that early.
flowers.
I think flowers are good, and I also got a different aspect of buying flowers as well. It's not necessarily the reason why you buy them, but then you can cross out why the reasons not to buy them. Like, don't buy flowers because you got in an argument. Don't buy flowers because you get what I'm saying.
Make
like,
it a
It's
regular thing.
Valentine's Day.
Right.
Make it a
like
routine.
A routine. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't necessarily have to be you giving flowers for a gift or for a specific something. Like, make it a routine, and I think it's kind of like a different perspective
Right.
of it.
I'm a flower girl. There are certain days where I expect flowers. There's days that Valentine's Day I better have a whole bouquet of white roses, 12 to be exact. On my birthday, on anniversary, I'm expecting flowers. I'm not expecting flowers if we got into an argument. Though.
Right.
Like, so if you do that,
It takes away from it. Like,
I don't say it takes away from it. I'm looking at you like, okay, you're trying to say sorry. These are my favorite flowers, and okay, I understand that this is the olive branch.
Let me ask you a question, White. What if the person you with say that's the only way that they'll forgive you by getting flowers or by getting whatever?
I don't like
It depends on what you did. It depends on. Let's say you cheated on me and
I'm saying something petty. Like an
no,
argument.
but if you're saying like what I want from you is this and I forgive you.
Yeah.
It depends on what you did to me for me to say that, because I'm not
Gotcha.
going to say, oh, I want some flowers. No, I'm going to make it the most expensive thing because I don't want to be with you anymore. Because you can't get it. There we go, right there. That's the petty
That's
that I'm on right there. So that just you even saying, I want to get you back after whatever it is that you did to me.
Yeah.
Well, then now I'm going to make it impossible for you to get back with me with whatever gift I give that
Gotcha.
I say I want you to get me,
Gotcha.
because I don't want to be with you anymore. But if you do get that for me, now I'm looking like, damn, I should give this another try, because how did you go out your way
Right.
and make this happen when I knew it was an impossible task?
Gotcha. Gotcha.
you tough.
I am.
Super tough.
I'm very much alpha when in certain
Real
instincts.
strict.
Yeah,
Real
it's
strict.
it's strict around here.
Definitely.
I also know when not to be strict, like
Yeah.
when to be,
Submissive.
when to be, let it go. If it don't apply, let it fly, or not holding on. But that also took growth. So
Yeah.
And we're all growing.
I'm growing.
Yeah.
all right, y'all. So, with all these red flags and green flags and everything that we talked about today,
Yeah.
I think this is the last. I'm gonna ask this question, the last question of the night.
Oh, brother.
So, when you've seen red flags and you've seen green flags, how do you know that you've met the one?
When you want to stay after seeing the flags, if you can stay after the hurt
And resentment and all that.
and you still want to stay, you still want to stay,
No matter
I
what those
think
flags
it's.
no matter what those flags are.
Yeah, I
What was the
agree.
question again, so I can make sure I answer this right?
It's just the question is simply like, how do you know you met the one? We talked about red flags, we talked about green flags, but I mean, you're not gonna get the perfect individual
No,
in the
you
beginning.
met
So
the one.
Definitely not.
what makes you what gives you that sense of, okay, even though I've seen this or even though we've done this, this is who I want to be with?
I think it boils down to the good outweighing the bad, too, also.
More green flags than red.
Yeah, more green flags than red, because like you just said, you're not going to meet just a walking green flag.
Right.
There are going to be pieces of that person that are red flags.
I think it's
And
when
then-
I'm sorry, I thought you was finna.
And then going back to what White was saying is when you see all of these things and you still decide to stay. I think that's the biggest determining factor
yeah. For
sure.
is the fact that I want to deal with this. Like you've laid out all of your baggage, all of your red flags, like what I see is who you are and I'm willing to deal with
To
it.
deal with that. Okay.
I would say just when the effort matches. Like,
Yeah.
so if you see the red flag, you express how you feel about it, and they
And they fix it.
show the effort to try
fix
to not necessarily fix it, but make efforts towards changing the behavior or
Well,
whatever
yeah.
it is. Then, yeah.
I feel like it's a big one with what Shay said. If they don't put the effort into it to at least change, like I'm not, if I have to force you to change, then it's not gonna work. But if I present an issue to you and you actually make the conscious effort to change, then we can keep going.
Yeah.
I'm a big checker outer. I'll check out in a minute.
Checker outer.
Checker outer.
Checker outer.
I'm a big checker outer.
I'll check out in a minute. I'm out of here. So if the effort is stopped and I'm constantly telling you something's bothering me and like Boys and Men on bended knees, hey, I'm out. I can't do it anymore.
Dang, not boys to man.
Hey,
On bending knees.
bended knees.
That was a good question.
That was.
Was it
That
good?
was.
All right, y'all. Well,
Until next episode.
Not a
y'all
dog
played
on
red
a-
light, green light real well tonight.
Who won?
More red. Red.
Point intended.
Drop your red and green
Red.
flags in the
chat, guys. Drop your
Definitely.
red and green flag.
For real.
Y'all.
Subscribe.
Let us know
Until
how
next
y'all
time,
feeling.
friends. Bye.
Bye.